Jim. Treat. It's my little treat, my drink treat. Slim Jim. You know, the Illuminati. Fucking chug the shit out of this shit. Budweiser. It needs to be chugged. That's what it's there for. I got the Coors Banquet Beer, limited edition, Legacy Series, brewed with 100% Rocky Mountain water. The Adolph Coors Company, Golden, Colorado. It says the 1960s, Colorado's original export. Legacy Series, limited release, 2 of 3. Isn't that cool? Got a 12 pack of that today. Pretty cool. Yeah. Been America's really pathetic lately. The virus is brought on by the Illuminati. I don't care what you think. The Illuminati, like the Papa said, 13 families, Illuminati families, powerful people, secret society. Look up the Bohemian Grove. These are facts. People are just misled and brainwashed into believing that the virus is really real, and it's not as serious as the news is making it out to be. They're taking away our basic given freedom and our rights. They're forcing us, dictating to us, we need to wear masks. They're taking away our power and our freedom. This isn't the America that I know. This isn't the United States I grew up in. I'll be 42 years old soon, in less than 5 months. This is not the America that I grew up in. I'm sorry. This is just becoming like a dictatorship government. Enough already with the damn racism. Enough with pointing fingers. Enough with blaming other entities, groups. There's always going to be the KKK. There's always going to be haters. There's always going to be supremacies. There's always going to be looters, and there's always going to be terrorists. But we can change the shape of our future and get on the right path and try to decrease the harm, the unnecessary negativity, and the terrible stuff happening. We can reduce it. We can smooth things over, and for the future, for our future cause. We can plan ahead. We have insight, Everybody has the sense of insight, and to think in the future and to try to make plans, and better the situation. By and large, stuff that I do, stuff that people think, stuff that people assume isn't reality. Reality is very murky and very controversial, and it's debatable. People just don't know the truth. People can't put their fingers on it. There's other countries, honestly, I'll be real, there's other countries. The only good thing about the United States is our amendments, our freedom, because we could talk and we could speak like I'm doing. Other countries, if I voiced my opinion, I'd get probably beheaded or thrown in the who's gal or uh, uh, thrown in the firing squad or buried alive. Other countries do that shit. They burn people alive. I've seen footages of it. It ain't pretty, but it's reality. Other countries are a lot more brutal and uh, you know, uh, um, it's a lot more graphic, trust me, in other countries. But like Argentina, Colombia, places in Africa, South America, it's bad. In Asia, I mean, people get beaten alive. People, you name it, people go through it. People torture other people to death. But I've seen it. I've actually seen videos of it. In Russia, they don't play. But you know, we as America, you know, we have freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of to bear arms, to brandish our arms, to express ourselves. Other countries, they don't let you express yourself. But I think we can be in a lot better. America could be in a lot way better shape than it is because it's messed up. It's uncalled for. It's like bogus. It's ludicrous. It's asinine. It's just despicable. What the condition we're in, what's happening currently in our world, that mask and social distancing is a bunch of bullshit. It's brought on by the Illuminati and by people that are in the government. Trust me, the government can afford to pay us a stimulus. Secondly, when I was growing up, when I was going to school, I'm not that young, they didn't really teach us about social distancing. Why all of a sudden now in 2020 we just learn about social distancing and keeping, you know, a certain space away from people? And why didn't they teach us that in high school? Why didn't they teach us that shit to prepare us if it was that major and big of a deal? I mean, 9/11 was a way worse big of a deal than this. And we went to war over it. We actually went to war and battle, tanks and missiles and rockets and grenades over 9/11. Why aren't we doing it over this? And so many, according to the news, so many more deaths have happened compared to 9/11. And we're not going to war over this. Does that make sense? It's a hoax. It's a conspiracy. It's a scare tactic. It's to control the votes and the ballots and the population, and for other reasons. It's like a World War III for real. Trust me, it's going to get worse. It's going to get to the point where people are going to rebel, protest, rebel, turn into civil war. I mean, this is not going to get prettier or pretty. This is just going to get bad. Because guess what? You guys in the government, if you're watching, you better shape up, wake up, and do something to dramatically, majorly, severely change something. Because this is fucking with people's heads. And they're doing this shit because they're ahead. They could get away with anything, you know. The damn government can't. So, I mean, they ain't gonna get penalized or sued or taken to court over this, which I think they should have. I think people that are the ones to blame, the ones that caused this mess, should go to prison. But it's not gonna happen because they think they're above the law. Because you know what? They're the ones that are in control of the police. They're the ones that are in control of the FBI. They're the ones that are in control of the Secret Service. They're running this. They're running this shit. They're the biggest gang in the world, the police. You think that the ones that are above the FBI and the Secret Service are going to get charged and are going to get convicted of it? Hell no. So, you know, I mean, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. We're darned if we do, darned if we don't. We're SOL, shit out of luck. You know, that's just America for us, you know. And then there's people starving, there's people that are struggling, there's people that are trying to make ends meet, working hard, yet they can't get ahead. They're still unhappy no matter what they do. They can't win for losing. See, that we call this America the land of the free, freedom. Freedom is bullshit. It's not. We're free to an extent. That's it. But we're oppressed. We're an oppressed nation. They're taking away our God-given rights, and we need to stand up as a nation, as a people. I might not never be a president, which probably I won't, but I'm a damn smart fucker. I'm a fucking smart-ass motherfucker. And I know what's going on, and I'm a politically oriented and minded guy. And I always liked the Republicans because they had more class than the Democrats. And I like classiness, and I like cleanliness, and uh, uh, I like luxury, and I like that shit. That's cool. I'm all down for that stuff. But when you act an asshole, and when you act like you're a dick, and you're trying to fuck people over, that ain't cool. And that's what this government's trying to do right now. They're fucking us over. That's real talk. Later. In Russia, there's countries that are better. I hate to say this, but Germany, France, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, Norway, what's that other country? New Zealand, Australia, Japan. They're passing us. They're doing better than we are. India, even. That's sad. That's fucking sad. Even Mexico. Mexico closed the fucking borders to us. We're fucking trembling. We're going down. We're going to the dogs. Us as a country. If I ever become president, I'm gonna change that shit. Trust and believe. So I'm not a dummy. And then I just found out the other day, Kanye West is trying to be president. That's a joke. A rapper being a president. Yeah. And he's an entrepreneur and a lot of other things. It's not because he's black. I ain't racist, but I'd do way better of a job as president than Kanye West. Shit. I just need the right person to scout me out and notice me and put me in and make me famous. Just someone make me famous. That's it. Later.